fucking flabbergasted at the amount of people that I see saying that they're not going to vote for James Tallarico, or that they're just not going to vote, or that they're going to write in Jasmine Crockett's name, or that they're going to flip to Republican. Even after Jasmine Crockett said, now we have to support James Tallarico, we not learn anything in the 2024 presidential election that not getting behind the candidate that is on the ballot, the one that actually has the chance to win, is not good for us? And in case anybody has forgotten, he was running before she was. He had policy, albeit it is not as good, not as comprehensive as hers was, but he was already running a race. Like, I get it. Be mad, be upset. Be upset for her that she didn't get the nomination to be the Democratic candidate. But at the end of the day, are you really prepared to have crooked Ken Paxton or another fucking 4 years of sorry ass John Cornyn? God damn, people. Like, come on. Can we do one thing well?
Look at someone that is saying we should do one thing well. Look at someone that can literally not tell us that we should do one thing well. Look at someone that will literally not inform us right now that James Tallarico now is not the one thing that we can actually do well. Hello? Why are you getting red? Why are you getting red when you're talking? Why are you getting obsessed? Why are you flaming up? That black people say they're not going to cast their votes. That black people say they're not going to put hand there. Why? Why are you sad that black people say they're going to sit in their house that particular day? Why? Why? If you people needed a change that much, you people need this particular change 100%. Why didn't you vote for Jasmine? Oh, she's a black woman, right? Okay, because a black woman has literally lost to James Tallarico, that means every single black person should just come up and vote for James Tallarico. Who is he? Yes, who is he? Is he God? Is he God? Has he supported the black community before, or is it now that he needs black people that he now wants to? I thought he literally said, and I quote, that he did not need black people's votes. That he has people of color. The Latinos were there, they gave him the votes. Asians were there, they gave him the votes. And other races gave him the votes. So why can't them do that and put him in seat? See, it has gotten to that point right now that no matter who is on that seat, it is no longer black Americans' business. The only business it was when Jasmine Crockett was there. And you people have successfully moved her out of the way. Because why? Everything concerning black obsesses you people, gets you people angry. So you do not need to be angry. You do not need to be mad. You do not need to be yelling. You do not need to be talking to black people that way. Yes. Curtail what you say. Because at the end of the day, if you're buying favor, you want to buy cheap favor, you cannot buy cheap favor by shouting, by yelling, or by screaming on top of your voice. We are not scared of you, ma. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, subscribing, and then dropping commentaries. I really do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, let's dive right in. Let's hear what other people have to say, and I'll be back with commentaries. Excuse me. What's that?
Straight with you. Yesterday, I made a video saying that James Tallarico will not win Texas unless he has the black vote. Yes, he has the white vote. Yes, he has the Latino vote. He has regular Democrats like me voting for him. But if he doesn't get black folk out, forget about it. He can't beat John Cornyn or Ken Paxton without the black vote. And there are a lot of black folk who said, I'm not going to vote for him, not because Jasmine Crockett didn't win. We're not that petty. It's how she lost. The disenfranchisement of her own city, Dallas County to be exact. There were voters, black voters, turned away from polling stations. This is usually a county-wide state. They changed the rules on us. And instead of giving space for these voters to heal, to get over that trauma, you guys go nut up. Deal with it. She wasn't going to win anyways. It's not about whether or not she won or not. If this was a fair contest and she lost by 10,000 or so votes, fine. Those voters would feel encouraged that their voice matters and they'll get out to vote for James Tallarico. Because he did a great job. He won Austin. He won San Antonio. He was always going to win the border cities, El Paso, because he's from a Mexican descent. No one is saying James Tallarico is a bad candidate. What you need to do is hear the pain from black voters. This is why people don't vote in Texas. This is why I get upset when I see comments or I see videos of people going, "You're only mad that your candidate didn't win." No, it's not about that. It's not about the fact that Jasmine didn't win. It is about the fact that she was mistreated. It is about the fact that you lied on her, that you slandered her, and it was about the fact that she wasn't afforded a fair contest. That's a big difference from my candidate didn't win. We all want to get Democrats in power. But when you tell us our vote...
Somebody said that the snow roaches have been antagonizing us because not only are they not used to black people resting, but they want to use it as a way to get us to act out so that they can harm us. And as I'm thinking about President Lamar's performance and how they are sitting on the internet right now responding, I don't believe that's actually what it is anymore. In my humble opinion, I feel that when we lost the election, they seen how we responded and they seen us feel completely defeated. And they took it upon themselves to take advantage of that and to stomp us down 6, 7, 8 feet more further. Because if you keep stomping and kicking a person when they're down, they won't have the ability ever really to get back up. So then what did they start to do? They started with the rollback of our civil rights, of what our ancestors fought for. That irritated and aggravated us. But then we realized it's not benefiting us half as much as it benefits other people. But they already knew that. So then this is when they had to change the perception of DEI to everything black. Anything and everything black, or whatever position that we had, was considered DEI. They turned our terms woke and DEI into a slur. Then what do? They take away Black History Month on the federal level. They take away back Juneteenth on the federal level. Then they release these mysterious FBI documents revealing the truth about one of our good, great, beloved leaders, somebody who they teach about in history, Martin Luther King Jr. The removal of CRT, these, monster groups all of a sudden popping up in predominantly black neighborhoods with certain flags, irritating us. And then what do kind of to top it all off? They start shadow banning Hillman TikTok when Hillman TikTok gets notoriety. They think that they find some of the most influential people in our community, some beloved treasures, and they convince them to put on a minstrel show for them, irritating us more. These people thought that our silence was us being completely wiped out, drained, and now being complicit with the system. What they did not expect was that we had a real beloved, respected influencer in the community. And what they did not expect was for him to come out on their stage and not only make them feel uncomfortable, but to hit a reset button. When that man left that stage and finished that performance, they knew that the reset button was hit and that black people were going to feel empowered to get up. And now they are in fear and now they are concerned. Because Cat Williams told us this last year, they will convince you that the answers is over there, but the answers is within here in our space the entire time. And they're leaning over, getting it, trying to convince you that you are not who you are. And this is why the jigaboos getting up here trying to agree and coincide with the thoughts of them while they are, again, playing a mind game on you and trying to tell you that this was not real entertainment, that this was boring, that this is all these negative things, is pissing me off. Because, for one, your short attention span or your lack of patience to hear a story only indicates the low literacy rates that we're experiencing in this country. That's one. Two, you center them alabaster cheese curds entertainment way too much. Way too much. Hip-hop rap was once a powerful tool to not only entertain and do a little bop to, but it was to pass a message and to be an empowering platform. And this is why the Mayo monsters are pissed. They did not expect for us to not only accept to take our culture back and to receive it from somebody like Kendrick Lamar, but to respond so positively and kind. Pay attention that for a while now, that they have been diluting what rap and hip hop is with people like Drake and Iggy Azalea and Eminem, Macklemore, and all these other people. which is exactly correlating to what Kendrick has been saying this entire time. He only used one of their biggest puppets to do it, to make that statement in front of you. And with the combination of Kendrick Lamar's performance as well as with Beyonce's country album, these people are not only telling you to make a statement, but they're giving you a level of history to pay attention to so that you can strategize and activate. And one of the biggest fears that the Saltines have is Black people gatekeeping. Because when Black people gatekeep, it ruins everything. Nothing that they do will matter. Because pay attention to what they're trying to do right now. The next thing that they're trying to do is dismantle the Department of Education. Why do you think that they need to dismantle the Department of Education? Not only do they want to make education a privilege, but they need to stop something in their tracks. Black pride. You can't have pride in a history that you are not aware of. This country's influential power comes from a multitude of things, two of them being culture and economics. And when you pay attention to how America grew its wealth, then you will realize that America grew its wealth from agriculture, cotton, tobacco, sugar, I believe rice. The cash profits from this agriculture was used to invest in the industrialization of this country and the westward expansion. So that means for how many hundreds of years, this country benefited off of the millions and millions of unpaid, dehumanizing labor from Black people. That means Black people built the wealth of this country. When you look at culture, Hollywood has the biggest impact on global pop culture. America has one of the largest music systems of revenue, or whatever you call it, out here. And when you look at American music, people all over the world come over to be a part of the music scene in America. And what is American music? What are the genres that are always used? Hip hop, rap, R&B, country, rock and roll, jazz, gospel. Who created all of those? Black people. Even in Hollywood cinema, Black Hollywood cinema made so much money in a statement originally that Hollywood began to take notice. And then after World War II, they decided that they wanted shares in the early Black cinema profits. So that's when they started to hire Black actors and actresses. Pay attention to what is happening. If everybody starts knowing this history and they start looking into this information and they pass this information on to their children, as we are continuing to do through things like Him and TikTok, through influential voices like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar gets on that stage and tells you, gatekeep. Discrimination is legal now. Do what you need to do. Who has access to who after a while? Where does the transfer of power go when Black people revoke your card to come into your space, into our spaces? Where is their identity? They are having an existential crisis on the internet right now. It is embarrassing. Because they have been trying to convince you that you are not the very cloth of America, that you are not American, that you hold no value in America. They've demonized everything that you've created because they secretly have been stealing it and profiting off of it. That's something that this country is founded on. And when Black people gatekeep, Black people stop allowing them to place these vultures in front of us. We stop putting them on a pedestal. We stop giving them success. We start putting our money towards the people that we want to put them on. We stop giving them access. We stop being their educators. And what do they have left? Nothing.
Don't know the point that Black people are making when it comes to Jasmine Crockett versus James Dale Collins. And yes, this is still a thing. And yes, this is going to be a thing until November. So get comfortable or shut the fuck up. Because see, a lot of you seem to think that if you just went and answered those 15 questions, or at least showed that you had some kind of foundational knowledge to be able to answer them, that all of a sudden everything was going to be different. You think that I was asking the questions as like a ha-ha, gotcha, you can't answer the questions. No, bless your heart. The point was to show how James Dale Collins supporters behave and talk to people in the comments. The point was to show the hypocrisy in the message. And you guys do that every day. Because see, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but when you say that the whole strategy is to flip seats, those middle of the road folks, those white and Latino men, that we need to flip those seats because of D plus this or R plus this, what you fail to understand is that by admitting that, you are also saying that you subconsciously agree that you can't put the black woman out there because they're not going to listen to a black woman. You're actually saying that it's not based on merit. It's complete and total identity politics with you. And see, the other thing is you think that you can dictate to people what they should be thinking. You think that you can take subjective, qualitative information and you can tell people, no, this is how you should think about it. You're conflating issues, or you shouldn't be thinking about that, or that's not important, or that's not the issue. Why do you think that you can dictate that? For decades, Democrats have won votes standing on the backs of black people. And now that black people are standing up and looking around being like, why the hell should I let you stand on me? Now all of a sudden, what are you're gonna vote Republican? You told us that you wanted to put James out there because he can appeal to those people. My question is, are black people not a part of this state? Because why can't he appeal to us? Why doesn't he have a message for us? Or is it that he's so chicken shit he would rather have Jasmine campaign so he can get the black vote off of her coattails? You don't get to tell us what's important. You don't get to tell us how to think, and you don't get to tell us how to vote. If you want to talk about unity, you need to start establishing a message, because we are paying attention to how you people talk in the comments. And I don't want to vote for a camp that has supporters that sound like y'all. End of story. So maybe you need to go and take a little bit of strategy yourself, and maybe you need to understand that we're not going to let you stand on our backs anymore. Our vote is not for free, and our vote is not assumed. And it's high fucking time you learn that. So James, if this happens to make it to you, putting Jasmine on your campaign ain't gonna help you. She's gonna get the same response Jamal Bryant got. You're gonna have to come up with a message for black people. But it's okay. We both know you ain't got one.
So I want to just make sure that I have this correct, right? Is that Latinos, Hispanics, Latinx in Texas is trying to make it seem like Jasmine Crockett was being derogatory towards them when she mentioned cotton. We're just going to totally bypass the whole fact that literally black people were the ones that were picking cotton in this country, right? Okay. But more than that, like, y'all got so much smoke for a black lady that wasn't even talking bad about y'all. Y'all voted for somebody who specifically said that they hated y'all. Like, y'all voted for Donald Trump, who literally said very derogatory things about you. Said that you were criminals, said that you raped people, said that you needed to be put out of the country. But yet you got more hostility for Jasmine Crockett. So you don't vote for Jasmine because you think she said something negative about you. But the man that's literally been spewing hatred about you for years, y'all make a song about him. Y'all racism is crazy.
Anyways, you guys have literally watched every single clips that I have for you guys. If anybody is saying they're not going to vote, they should sit in their house. Black people, this is not time for you to play favoritism. This is not time for you to play pity. This time around, you're not going to pity anybody. You're not going to pity anybody. Because it is when they need black community, that is when they will now know that, yes, we need you should come and vote for us. If he's losing, he should lose. If another person is taking over, another person should take over. The only reason why we were there in the first place from the primaries was because of Jasmine. So you coming here as a white person, shouting, lamenting, screaming, it's giving me headache. And I hate it when I went both streets. I get to hear people shout. Okay? So you do not shout. You do not yell. It's a matter of choice. If I want to vote, I will come out and vote. But black people are saying they are sitting down, they are resting. Black people are saying, as at this point of their life, any single thing that is going to happen should happen. For how long do we keep struggling to get identified? For how long do we keep crying to get noticed? For how long do we keep speaking just for you people to recognize that there is somebody that is very, very important here? What was so wrong in you people joining heads together to make Jasmine win? It's not only that, you can hear from one of the clips that I stitched where some of the black voters were literally sent away. he will not be there without black people's votes. And that is final. And except any other black people decide to change their mind, but as far as I'm concerned, if black Americans say they are not going, 100% I support them. The same issues that came up when you people literally voted the orange man in. The same identity crisis issues that people have. You people have so much identity crisis issue to the point that every single thing that you know that will if that benefits you, but because he's a black person that is there. No, we are not going to do that. James Tellerico said that he literally do not need black people's votes. You know, when you're saying something and you don't know that tomorrow you are going, that thing is going to backfire on you, is absolutely a pity. Because you were saying, forgetting that this is just the primaries. There is a time where we move to the secondaries. For us to get to where we are, life is step by step. But you forgot about all of that. You focused on the one you want to focus on, which is the primaries. See, the truth is, I've seen a lot of black Americans saying that even if Jasmine Crockett come out today and tell them, black Americans, oh yeah, I am standing here, come out and vote, they are not going to vote. They are not going to vote. They are not going to cast, they are not going to support. They are not going to do anything. James Tellerico, happy, successful campaign. And we simply wish you well, because if there's one thing I've known about black community is that we do not wish anybody bad. We wish you well, but we are choosing to sit back. We are choosing to fold our arms and watch you display. We are choosing to watch you, to watch Latinos, Asians put you there. Honestly, it's too much to deal with. Let me know what you think about this video, and credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.